Hello everyone, my name is Zarina and I am doing a presentation on Bbots and Probots for an assignment in my Robotics for Teachers class. I hope you'll enjoy. Welcome. So what are Bbots? Bbots are programmable floor robots that have been purpose-built for use with young children of between 4 years to 8 years. As you can see, they're very flashy and colorful. They look like bees. That's why they're called Bbots. And we also have Probots. What are Probots? Probots they're considered big brothers to Bbots. It's like they look like Rescas, and they basically function in the same way that Bbots function, only they have advanced features. So how do Bbots work? Basically, they have flashy buttons. So they do have flashy buttons that have arrows either pointing forward, backwards, an arrow to the right, and an arrow to the left. Each of them gives a command. And the back one, when you press the back button, it means go backwards, the forward goes forward. The right hand turns 90 degrees to the right, the left hand turns 90 degrees to the left. And I must mention, like, the forward button, so if you press it one, it moves 15 centimeters, which is just considered 1 unit for 15 centimeters forward. Same to backwards, it moves 15 centimeters backwards. And once you input the command, the instructions, then you press go. If you put pause, it will pause for 1 second. And you have to clear the memory before you move to the next. So it's you just use these functions to program the Bbot to move either backwards, to move forward, whichever direction you wish. And then how do the Probots work? As I mentioned, they have the same buttons as a Bbot, only that this time, instead of them moving, like if it's a right hand turning 90 degrees, you need to put, if you put the command right turn, you have to input the number of degrees that you want it to turn. So if you want it to turn right, let's say 60 degrees, you press the right button and put the number 60. If you want it to move forward, the digits are in centimeters. So if it's moving forward, it will move forward the number of centimeters you put, either 85, and it can take up to between 1 and 499 centimeters. If you do not put the digits or the distance, it will move for 25 centimeters. So if you don't put the degrees, it moves 90 degrees. If you don't put the distance that it needs to move forward, it moves 25 centimeters. So the other feature that it has that the Bbot doesn't have is the repeat button. So if you wanted to repeat a command, you press the repeat like 4 times. Let's say you wanted to do a square, you would do repeat 4 times. So go forward maybe 10 centimeters, then turn right and move forward. So it will repeat, and you press go, then it follows the command. After you put all the instructions, you press on go, then it follows the command. So what can we use to teach how can Bbots and Probots be used in learning? So basically it helps children, especially young children, learn the coding language and understand the concepts of programming and sequencing. But Bbots and Probots they also create a learning experience that helps to develop language, literacy, and numeracy. And it can be used as a tool to enhance learning of different curriculum content. You can use it in literacy. For example, you can make kids work in groups designing a maze and writing down a route card. So you can have cards with all the commands and they can place them. How do you want it to move? You can have it in math so that they calculate steps, they learn direction, they can calculate degrees. You can use it in art. You will realize that the probots, you can actually put a pen and it will draw. So it will draw lines, straight lines. So you can use it for art. You can use it for geography. So you will have like a map. Normally, one of the resources that come along with probots and bbots are maps. So you can have maps of different things. You can have maps of alphabets. You can have maps of the world so that you program the robot to move from one place in the world to another place in the world. So they do facilitate learning of different curriculum content. So I'll show you a video on how it can be used in literacy. So, so this teacher is teaching students to learn to remember the letters using the letter math. So they identify a letter they know, and then, like for example, she wants them to move to the letter T. So first she will press forward on the B-bot twice, go. Like these are young children, so they do little bit by little bit commands. So the next thing is to make it turn right. So she will press clear and right. So it can use realize it's a small kid, so they do step by step. You can actually just enter all the commands and it goes. So you count. So they're learning counting and learning spaces at the same time. So it goes one place, two places, three, and it goes four. So it gets to T. So you can use it for literacy. And then the other thing you can use it for is uh, you can use it for math. So the same teacher uses it for learning to help her kids learn math. So basically what she does is she has snakes and ladders. Sorry about the delay. So she has a mat with snakes and ladders with a number cube. So we have a number cube which they can roll, and then once they roll, they put the command here, like they start from the beginning, roll. So let's watch how many they get. So the kid has rolled 4, and they can identify what 4 means. You count. So they put 4 spaces forward, 3, 4. So that's with numeracy with kids. And then you can also use it for angles and degrees and numbers with older kids or one kids who are way advanced. Like for example, in this case, if you wanted to, sorry, I want to show you how this student actually draws a star. So that was a star. So you have to put the stars and make you have to put the degrees and make it go. Then we have art. You can actually use it for art, to draw. In this case, the students were able to put pens on the billboard. They didn't use the pen, but these were very creative students. They came up with a way of putting pens and drawing circles. So they drew circles, bubbles, they drew people. So they had to use symmetry to create art projects. So what else can you do? You can also do geography. For example, in this lesson, sorry, it's taking a little bit of time. So in this lesson, basically you have, and students, people from different places in the world are going for a holiday and they have to program to get to go in the same place. So if you identify if they're all going to Canada, they all have to end up in Canada. So all the students have to program their bbots to get to Canada. So all of them have to go there. They have to know the distance and do the programming. So you can basically use it in all content areas. It will work. And then you can also use it in music, which is very, very interesting. In this case, especially with young kids, what they can do is, because they have songs which have rhymes, so they can either create their own songs and program the robots to actually dance to the music. So they do the programming and make the robots dance to their music. They program the robots. It is very, very so much fun and very engaging. So those are bbots which have been programmed to dance to a nursery rhyme. So in addition to the bbots and probots, we have an app. It's the bbot app, which is free. You can just download it. So if you have iPods in your class, you can upload the bbot app, and it functions in the same way that the bbot functions. It has the same buttons, the go buttons, the front, back, turn right, turn left, then go, clear, and pause. And it has different levels. So it has level 1 up to level 12, level 1 being the easiest. This is level 1. So if you wanted to program it, you program the people to go to the flower. So like in this case, it has to move 3 places, 1, 2, 3. So you'd press 1, 2, 3, then go, so that it moves 3 places. So you can actually, if you cannot afford the bbot, you can download the app, which is free. So how much does it cost? The bbot themselves cost $89.95, and the probots cost $129.95. On their official site, they also have lessons for bbots, which is $100, but you can find lessons online and on Teachers Pay Teachers, which are free, or